What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a nice day outside. Unfortunately, both my son and daughter is not feeling too good, and wherever they got, I think I have now because I have like a little headache and might be a head cold. Been drinking plenty of water. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. I took off today, but right now I feel like just being outside and trying to get some vitamin D on me. I'm trying to get some sun on me. Maybe I can get motivated and do something. I threw out the trash and did some other stuff inside the house. I figured I was going to cut the grass today, but I really didn't want to push my luck because right now it's kind of hard for me to do stuff without getting a headache again. So I figured to move the truck up forward, let it run. It's been sitting for a while. And try and get all this water out the back of the bed and probably clean up the bed real quick with a trash bag, throw all this away. And on a side note, story time, I found a 8-foot bed for a 95 F-150. It's the same body style as this, obviously. It's a dual tank, so that means on the driver's side we'll have 2 tanks and 2 fuel doors. So one here and one up there. But it's no big deal because they wanted $100. However, I took too long to answer on the Facebook Marketplace post. It obviously sold right away. When I hit him up, he said it's in the works of somebody else buying it, and they bought it because he posted sold. It's no big deal. I found another one for $320 with the tailgate as well. And I'm not really in a rush right now to get a bed because I'm not using this truck. I do need this truck to do some remodeling in the house. Worst case scenario, if I don't, it's no big deal. I could get other stuff. I could get the stuff delivered to my house and, just keep moving forward with this truck in a different route. I have that bike posted on Facebook Marketplace for $100. If nobody buys it, I'm just going to hang it up in my basement. I'm not in a rush to get rid of it. I paid $50 for this thing. I do have defenders and I do have some new stock, old stock, original tires for it. The bike is rusty, but it's all there. And if you sandblast it, paint it, and get the chrome redone, I think the bike will look pretty cool for a 70s bike. Yeah, so I'm gonna move the truck up forward and start cleaning the back. Okay, so I'm sitting here looking at my truck, and I got this old license plates that I'm going to use to mock up because it should be the same size as the old license plates. So the reason I'm doing all this is because the truck's going to be lowered 2 inches. When the truck's lowered 2 inches, I have about, I say, 11 inches, almost a foot of clearance. When I lowered this truck 2 inches and it was squat with weight in the back, and let's say I'm getting off a curve, maybe like a driveway, I don't want this receiver to bottom out on anything. So my goal is to take the whole receiver off from these bolts and those bolts, flip it up basically. That will bring me up 2 inches, and this whole receiver is going to be up like about 2 inches. So basically right now I'm going to unbolt these 4 bolts, same thing on the other side, and basically flip this on the other side, flip it up, so that way the receiver will be about two inches higher, and pretty much bring the license plates to like right here. So if that makes sense, because I can't talk today. So pretty much the receiver will be up this high. So the license plates, the bottom license plate is going to cover that much, but it'll be up here. So I will have more clearance when I'm coming out of a parking lot or a big hump or something like that, when I'm under load. Hey, so anyways, I'm back with another clip, and I took off the receiver. Basically, for bolts on this side, for bolts on this side. The wire was wrapped around for your attachment for the hitch, and I removed it. Now my next step is to remove this end and this end. I unbolt both bolts from each side. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. So it's total for one on each side for each one. And I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to put the receiver back on. So pretty much the receiver, if I can pick this up with one hand, the receiver is going to stay the same way. I'm basically just flipping these mounts on each side, so that way it could raise up the hitch, if that makes sense. Because if you look at my 4 bolts there, I mean my 6 hose there for the bolts, you see, for the receiver, and there's multiple ones here because it's adjustable. It was further in, making the receiver closer to the truck. However, there's stuff in the way that I can't really bring up the receiver like that, so I'm just going to flip each side over. Alright guys, so I took the receiver apart. One end, that end is giving me trouble. I'm surprised this end wasn't rusted. Stuck. This sleeve wasn't stuck in there with rust. You know what I mean. So pretty much that receiver goes here, and if you bring it up, it's going to hit some few lines and electrical stuff, and I figured it would be easier instead of rerouting all that stuff, because I don't want to get any wiring close to these metal ends. I could do 2 things. I could cut this off with a grinder, and just bring this whole thing up and use 4 bolts and mount it like that. And same thing with that thing, just that side. That way it could clear everything and it will be a lot higher. Or flip it like I said in the earlier clip and bring it up higher. As you can see, it's a lot closer to the bumper. My thing is, I don't want to cut it in case I have to use it for another truck, or if I want to get rid of it, somebody else could use it, you know. So I think I'm still going the easier route, just flipping these ends from here. Since I can't go all the way up, just flip it and it'll be a lot closer, as you can see. So I'm gonna get some PB Blaster, and I got another type of oil I could use to try and break this free, and a sledgehammer. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished product. Let me zoom out. So this is raised about 1.5 inches. I thought it was 2 inches, but it's like about 1.5 inches. And as you can see, the license plates, it's right with the receiver. So when I put my actual license plates on, this is just for mock-up, it will be nice and tidy. The hitch is actually level now with the tire, with the spare tire. Actually, I think the spare tire hangs a little bit lower. Everything's bolted up pretty much. I flipped the mounts so it could raise the whole thing up. I could have cut the mounts and just raised it up like that and used the 4 top bolts like I did here, but I just didn't want to, like I said in the previous clip, if I want to use this receiver hitch for anything else, like another vehicle, I don't want to jeopardize the whole, you know, usage of having these extra holes. I Loctite everything, torqued everything down. I'm going to take this receiver hitch ball off right now. I have to get the lock inside. I'm sorry, the key inside. The lock is right there. I'm going to zip tie the wires underneath here, tuck them away so it can look nice and clean. But I'm pretty pleased with the whole hitch being up high. Yeah, the other stuff hang low, but it's kind of more tucked away. The receiver is pushed in and up high a little bit, tucked away. So now when I lower this truck, this is a 2-wheel drive truck, I'm lowering the truck 2 inches. It's gonna bring everything down 2 inches, and hopefully with the receiver mounted 2 inches higher, it doesn't catch on any hump or driveway or anything like that. This truck's only gonna be lowered 2 inches. The reason being is I'm still gonna use it like a truck. So when I have a load on it, the back's gonna sag just a hair. I'm not planning to have too much weight on this truck or tow a lot of stuff for this truck, but if I do need it, I have it. And then when I have the license plates, the actual license plates mounted, it would look more tucked away with everything. I don't mind having a receiver here. I don't think receivers look ugly. I just don't like the fact that this one was out so far and down so low. It just looked very ugly. Now it's nice and tucked away. And this is eye level because I'm close to 6 feet tall. So if the truck's lower 2 inches, you really won't see this where my boot is touching that much. It kind of will be lower and it will be less noticeable. There's so much junk underneath there, just like the spare tire. And I think it will give it a cleaner look. So yeah. So right now I got the penetrating fluid that I use to remove the receiver. You know, do this little tuck job. And I'm going to spray the shackles right back there. And I have in the truck some lowering shackles. However, I'm not doing that today. One, because I'm still not feeling 100%. It took a lot out of me just to do that receiver, and it's a pretty easy job. But I got the lowering shackles right here. And to lower it, I believe this is 1 inch and this is 2 inch. So yeah, the back's gonna be lowered. The front is lowered naturally. I think the spring sagged over all these years and it's not really high like it should be. So that helped me out right there. I'm still in the market looking for a bed. And later on, when I have time and patience, and I remove this bed to put the new one in, I'm getting the rust inhibitor from Eastwood. I believe it's Eastwood, to clean and paint the frame. I'm going to check everything else while I'm down there, lines and anything has to be greased, any grease zerks that had to be greased, because I believe since this is an I-beam suspension truck, they have grease zerks. It's pretty much a nipple that you put your grease gun into, and you could grease the ball joints and everything you need to. And like I said, once I get the new bed on, the frame's gonna be painted with all that, you know, because this truck does has a lot of surface rust on the frame. And the only frame other than that on the body is the bed and the cab corner on the driver's side. And one thing I noticed when I was down here tucking all this away, I really think it would be cool if I could just cut the exhaust and bring it straight out here. Just have a pipe right around here. That way, you know, it will be tucked really close to the receiver hitch, and it will have a different look towards the back more than the front, because every F-150 I ever owned, every F-150 my dad ever owned, always had the exhaust out here going to the side or coming off to the side right here off the bed. And to tell you the truth, I think it would look a lot more different if it just came straight back like a regular car instead of 90 coming out that way. It might give it a more of an aggressive look too, with the exhaust coming straight out. This is not going to be a true dual exhaust car. It's going to be a straight pipe coming out. And yeah, that's the content for today. Like, share, subscribe. I noticed a lot of you guys are watching my channel are not subscribed. If you want to subscribe, like the video, share it with your grandma, grandpa, your brother, your sister, your mother. That'd be great. But for right now, I'm done for the day. Next video, we're lowering the back, and hopefully the video after that, we're changing the bed. And yeah, hopefully we start moving on more progress on this car, and also more progress on some RC content. So yeah, Thank you guys. God bless. Have a good one. That looks 100% better. Nice and tucked away.